Imagine, if you will, you're walking in a park, and as you take your stroll through the park, a group of high schoolers come walking past you. They're wearing their backpacks, they're going home from school, and they're having a good time. You notice that one of them drops something unintentionally, and it looks like a USB stick. You're close enough, so you grab the USB stick and you rush over to the boy and hand it back to him. He's polite, he says thank you, and he walks away. As he's walking away, you see him stick the USB stick into his mouth, and out of his mouth, to your utter surprise, comes smoke. You had no idea that it was an e-cigarette. Hi, my name is Michael Mull, and welcome to my speech on e-cigarettes and teenage usage. What are e-cigarettes? Well, it's in the name. E-cigarettes are electronic cigarettes. Now, e-cigarettes have been named as a gateway drug within the drug and substance abuse community. This is a statement that is very definitive and it honestly can't be followed up. It is not a gateway drug, at least not according to the studies that we have seen thus far. Now, this is a difficult topic simply due to the fact that many studies are very muddled, and that is due to the fact that most students or teenagers that use e-cigarettes are simultaneously smoking regular cigarettes. Therefore, the studies can't definitively show that e-cigarettes are a cause or a gateway drug. Now, they are vastly popular among the teenage generation, but again, they're too new to make that definitive statement. Now, according to the American Enterprise Institute, teens who buy electronic cigarettes do not merely buy them occasionally, but rather frequently. They buy them frequently. In 2017 alone, over 11.7% of US American high school students claimed that they had purchased and used an e-cigarette product within the last 30 days. Now, in 2018, that number jumped up to 20.8% of students. That's a 78% increase. That's over 3 million US American high school students that are claiming to use e-cigarette products on a monthly basis. Now, this information shows us that it is clearly on the rise. E-cigarettes are clearly on the rise. Now, we have to ask ourselves, why? Why are e-cigarettes on the rise? Well, many would suggest that the change in marketing strategy within the e-cigarette industry is the reason for this. Now, when e-cigarettes first came out, they looked just like they sounded. It was an electronic cigarette, all of them. Any company that made one made it to look like a cigarette. Nowadays, if you go into a store asking for e-cigarettes, you're going to have all kinds of options. Some may look like a cigarette, some may look like a pipe or a cigar, or as we mentioned in the story at the very beginning, some may also look like a USB stick. Now, this USB stick design is made by a company called Juul, Juul, which is a vastly popular e-cigarette company. These USB stick designs are very popular among high school students simply due to the fact that they're more concealable and they're easier to take into high school. Now, the revamp of these designs gives many high school students a push or a desire to be cooler in the sense that they're more unique and it gives them an opportunity to stand out among the crowd. All this is happening. All this growth is appearing across the United States despite state and federal attempts to stop it. All 50 states have raised the purchasing age to at least 18 years of age for e-cigarette products, and some of them have even raised it to 21. Despite these attempts, the products are just growing in popularity. I want to raise awareness of the fact that our children, our teenagers, our high schoolers are being specifically targeted by these e-cigarette companies. Specifically targeted. And the danger in that is, as we mentioned before, it is a new product. They've been around for a little while, but they haven't been around long enough for us to know the long-term consequences of e-cigarettes. and therefore it is very dangerous for us to allow our high schoolers to continually buy these e-cigarette products. In conclusion, I would like to simply go over what we discussed. The fact that e-cigarettes are not necessarily a gateway drug. There's not enough evidence to make this definitive claim. Secondly, we discussed that they are not being purchased occasionally by most high school students who claim to use them, but frequently. Third, we discussed the marketing revamp and how that has caused a huge growth of purchases in the e-cigarette industry, going from 20.8% of high schoolers in 2018. That's over 3 million US American high school students, again, claiming to use e-cigarette products on a monthly basis. This is a huge number. That is over 1/5 of our US high school students. And then finally, despite state and federal regulations against the purchasing of e-cigarette products under the age of 18 or 21 in some states, the productivity is only growing, the popularity is only growing. And I want to encourage us to raise awareness against this, because it is a dangerous field for us to be in with so little being known about their long-term effects. Thank you.